This old car is brought to you by Sonic, America's Drive-In. Sonic, drive-in for a change.
Boy, I hope I got my transmission hooked up right. Here we go. Oh, man, time to watch this old car again. This old car. I'm Stephen Dale.
I'm Brent Popp.
And we're working on our 56 Chevy Street Rod. If you remember last week, if you tuned in, we had gotten our body off the frame after disassembling a door and getting our back glass out, our windshield, our front glass, and our back glass. And we've got our body here lifted up on our lift, and we're going to start disassembling. What do we got to do? They got to take apart?
We're taking all the stuff off the front end, so when we pull the stuff out from underneath the dash, it won't be hung up on anything.
Okay, disassemble the dash, and then we're going to disassemble our frame and get it down to bare metal, take it out to sandblaster. And if we have time today, and I'm hoping we do, we'll start our process on powder coating, which is going to be really exciting. So stay tuned. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes on this old car. Welcome back to another edition of This Old Car. We're ready to get working here. We just had a big old lunch at Sonic, so we're all happy and got our energy up. First of all, we're going to disassemble all the stuff off of our firewall. And George is on the inside starting to take stuff underneath our dash, and Dave was on the taillights. We're tearing apart a whole body so we can get it all clean and stripped down, ready to take the sandblaster. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to take these old hoses off, and there's a special way to do this so you don't ruin them. Just loosen up your clamps and pull them back, first of all, because the heater core might be good, or it might be hard to find a new one, so you want to try and make sure that you save your heater core if possible. Now, a lot of people will just loosen up the clamps and yank off the hoses, which is the wrong way to do it, because you can damage the solder inside there or damage the ends coming off your heater core. So what you do is you get your clamps out of the way, then you take a razor blade, X-Acto knife, anything. Be careful not to cut your fingers. Cut along it to where it cracks and it breaks free. Just got to cut a little bit deeper here.
That works well on any year of car.
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily do it on older cars, and newer cars too, because they use that poly plastic or whatever,
yes,
aftermarket material.
Yes, still makes the heater cores leak. What's that funky film on the windshield there? I don't know. I didn't do anything.
There we go. Trim that down. Get this to break its seal. There we go.
I'm taking master cylinder loose.
Oh, you are?
Yes. Hey, George, when you finish with that, pull the clip on the master cylinder rod, and we'll be free. Is that right?
Is that right, George? Okay. George is falling asleep inside there. Here we go. Got that hose out.
Man, that rubber has grown onto those.
Yeah, it is. I don't think these are the original hoses.
What? Oh, about it.
We do some carbon dating on them?
It's hard as Japanese arithmetic.
Let's cut them open and count the rings. Okay, getting our other hose there. There we go. Got those off. Now what I want to do is take off our windshield wiper motor, which is just a couple screws here that hold it on.
That's the old style that uses vacuum. It's just not electric like today's cars are.
Dave, I think Jordan needs a hand in there. And,
oh, there, the master cylinder came off. The rod's still on there. We'll just leave it on there.
Okay.
Ooh, trash pile for that thing. I bet that's dangerous.
Yeah, we got an adjuster cable here. We just take off the lock nut and slide it out. Okay. Put those in our box so we don't lose them. Next thing we got to do is take off the speedometer cable, speedometer pedal bracket.
Stick the speedometer cable in this wiring harness that goes to the dimmer switch through the firewall.
Okay.
Then I'll see if I can get this wire harness connector out of there. Looks like it comes from the inside though.
Then we're running out of air
George
pressure.
do that.
Check our breaker there. Might not have turned it on this morning. There we go.
There we go.
Now what I'm doing now is the heater core box on the inside of the firewall has these bolts here holding it on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 altogether. We zepped them up real good. See how shiny they are? We use the Zep penetrating oil. It's good to do that and let it sit for a while. I need a 3/8. This is just taking way too long.
Okay. I'm pulling the ballast resistor off. With the old point-style ignition system, you had to have a resistor to lower the voltage when it's in the run position. As we're going back with the electronic ignition, we'll be running straight 12 volts to it, and this will go by the wayside.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Get your money for nothing.
Good thing they still sell little rubber grommets for the wire harnesses to protect them. This one is crumbling.
Yeah, we have, well, our wire harnesses are shot, but we're going to order some new ones from Danchek Manufacturing. But you still want to hold on to your old ones and mark where they go, so that helps and speeds you up when you're hooking up your new harness. Get some backup on that one.
Yeah. Once again, take photos if at all possible as you take the thing apart. We've already taken some stills with 35 millimeter camera and a...
And before we went to lunch at Sonic, we got some video footage.
When you're shooting video footage, don't pan it or go across it real fast. Shoot it slow and steady.
Slow and easy.
You put it on the VCR, you say, whoops, what was that? Yeah, that's what I want to see.
That's when you hit the pause button.
And then you can't see it because it's blurry.
Okay, sir. Give me that, George. There you go. Oh, there's our heater box. Still in really good shape, too.
Yeah.
You can see our heater core's inside there, and we'll pull that out, take it down, and have it resoldered.
There's little screws that hold it in. You can still get the heater core if it's at all corroded. I wouldn't even recommend a repair if it's, because it'll probably leak again.
What's that, George?
Should be one more bolt out there.
One more bolt.
Okay, yeah, we need some backup on it, actually.
Socket. Here you go, bud.
It's up top, of course, where you can't reach it.
You can't get to there from here.
No backup. Pull back on the motor. Okay, we're gonna hit the. Oh, it's starting to come.
I'll
Pull
go
back
ahead
on the
and
motor.
start taking the windshield wiper.
Okay, well, what I gotta do is break that nut loose. Might have to cut it.
Yeah, get the torch. Well, I have the wiper mechanism bracket loose, and it is possible to get electric motors to convert these things over. The bad thing about the vacuum wiper motors, on a rainy day, you'd press on the gas, lose vacuum. Your wipers would stop right when you needed the worst when you're passing a car. That was always real exciting.
Yeah.
The other thing is a screw or a bolt right out in front here.
Ready?
Come out. If we can get this down so we can get to the wiper.
Okay.
Couple of nuts.
All right. What we'll do is finish taking out the last bolts we have. We're gonna probably have to cut this bolt here to get this blower motor out because it's spinning on the back and we can't get to it with a wrench. So we'll do that, and as soon as we do that, we'll have most of this front part disassembled and pull everything out from underneath the dash, and we'll be right back after this message. Hello, and welcome back to this old car. If you remember, before we went to break, we had this nut that was stripping out. We couldn't get a backup on it. So right now we're demonstrating a nut splitter. This is some specialty tool that you clamp onto the nut, and it just pinches right through it, and it breaks it. This is a great way in case you don't want to damage things with a cutting torch, something like that. You get a tool like this, and that'll break that nut.
Maybe.
Pop it loose. It will. Try not to bend anything.
I may have to put another wrench on there. This thing is going through, but it's real tight, and that bolt is too thin. It's real flimsy.
Okay, what kind of wrench do we need on it?
Oh, hand me a crescent wrench or some general purpose like that, a large one.
Okay. How about a vice grip?
Vice grips will work fine
Vice
too.
grips work. While he's doing that, what I'm going to do is show you 2 ways to get these little retaining clips. These are plastic retaining clips that hold your firewall cover onto your firewall. Now, here's the long way about going about doing it. You take a rubber mallet and you stand here and you pound on it, 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 pound on it. Is this getting annoying? So the quick way, since these are real cheap, is you just get a pair of dikes and you cut them.
That's pretty good rhythm you had going there for a while.
Yeah, I thought I was Indian there. Hey, yeah, that'd be me on part Cherokee. Anyway.
Golly, that must be a hardened bolt.
Doesn't want to come, does it?
I think we better demonstrate bolt cutters.
Demonstrate bolt cutters. Let me get in there and cut that sucker
Okay.
out of the way there.
Yeah, let's just do that. We'll take the hinge off. I'm afraid we can't do it on this one. It's
So even these specialty tools, sometimes you invest a lot of money in them and they don't even help you. Anyway, all right,
I think I dulled it on the last job.
let's make a quick change and we'll come out and get a bolt cutter and cut that out of the way.
Did you pull the motor out, Steve?
Yeah. Okay, now we'll hold the motor here. Now, here's the easy way of going about doing this. Watch out for the cameraman.
Boing.
Boing.
Did I get him?
Oh, we're almost on
Right.
America's Funniest Film Video. Cut the hinge out of the way. That give us the room to get that bolt cutter in there. I'm gonna take this other hinge off. Which hinge is this, Brent? I thought it was stone.
Pardon me?
The joke was it's Stonehenge. These are the jokes, folks. Okay, got our hinges out of the way, and we'll put our hinge bolts back in there so we don't lose track of them. And that'll pretty much do it for out here. Now we'll lower it down and see how George is coming on the inside. Want to pop the lift over there next
Motor down.
We're getting our dash taken apart now. Just about everything's ready to come out. This is our speedometer and our gauges and everything for our dash. That ready to come out, George? Yep. So yeah, I like this on 56s. These match. This goes on the passenger side, and actually the radio speaker mounts behind it. So this is actually a radio speaker through here. And what we'll do is we'll take this little grill off. You see this grate that's on here? And we're going to paint this in here to match the same color of our car. So it's going to make a nice real trick. It's really going to finish out our dash. Now here's a picture of a 56 Chevy that's finished. If you can get a close-up on this, Ram. It's a 56 Chevy that's finished. It's nicely restored. When we're done with this car, believe it or not, it's going to look exactly like this. I mean, that's how good of a job we're going to... Well, it's not going to have that chrome piece there. That's a Bel Air. All right, but other than that, it's going to look exactly like this, right? Well, no, wait. We're not going to paint it this color. It's going to be red here and white top with a white trunk. Other than that, it's going to be exactly like this. Except for these tires and wheels. These tires and wheels, we're not going to put these tires and wheels on here. Right? We're not going with that. No, we're going to go with some mags because it's going to be a sports car. You know, it's going to be a street roadster. But other than that, it's going to look exactly like this.
Have to cut the post
Right?
out.
Exactly. Well, after we cut, no, this is a belt. This is what?
Hard top.
That's a hard top, and this is a post.
Yeah,
Other than that, it's going to
it'll
look exactly like
Real
this.
nice,
And
yes.
this is a 6-cylinder, and this is going to be a built-up V8. But other than that,
It'll be a nice
nothing.
car.
It's going to look exactly like this. Other than that, red. So, anyway, and now the only thing we got to pull out is our light switches. You can now once you pull this out, ignition switch. Right, is that ready to come out?
No,
Okay.
not quite. The ignition key, the paper clip.
Oh, you got to have the ignition key.
Paper clip.
Ignition key's in the trunk. Dave, could you run around and get that? You need that still in there.
Oh, we lost the trunk. We pulled it off.
Once you pull your,
Dave's looking. There he goes.
watch out for the chicken. Once you get this out, then you can get your headlight switch out. Just reach around. There's a little button you push on there. Pops right out. And then all you got to do is loosen up these. This has a little set screw on it, your windshield wiper. Loosen the set screw and take that off. And then what I do to get these off is I grab a pair of pliers, which I had here a second ago, or I don't know where they are now. Where'd my pliers go? I had a pair of pliers.
There's one.
Not needle nose. Regular pliers.
I'll go ahead and get this emergency brake on out. There we go.
Did you fold over the carpet on top of them? Look underneath that carpet down there, George. See if there's a pair of pliers. Fold the carpet back over.
100 pairs of pliers, and we've lost all
Not
of
there.
them.
Okay.
Not
Well.
there. Back to the emergency
are.
brake. I found them.
Yeah, Brent's left hand. Okay, George. Now that's what I was going to demonstrate. You use a shop towel and a pair of pliers.
Yes.
so as not to damage
Only if
or
they don't
scratch the
slip.
chrome.
Only if it doesn't slip.
Shop towel, small pliers.
Okay.
Okay, you can get it now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the same thing with the headlight.
Careful of that plastic thing.
Yeah. We can get those from Dan's shop.
Oh, boy.
Deal goes on with our headlight
Should we
switch.
show this?
Real easy to take out.
And look at here, Steve. Cable-operated windshield wipers. They use steel arms now,
Oh, holy cow.
sort of on a capstand.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, tool biker.
A little bit of dolly action going on there, or pulley action going on. All right, a couple more things to pull out of our dash here. And then the last thing we have to do is pull out our wind lace and our wiring for our lamp, and we'll pull the wiring harness out from underneath the dash. And everything under the dash will be taken off, including the brake pedal, clutch pedal, because we're going to an automatic transmission, and our speedometer pedal. And then next thing we need to do is just pull apart the taillights on the rear of the car, and then we're ready to strip all the little pieces of carpet out of here and clean it out, take it outside, blow it off. And while they're doing that, we'll pull the frame back in, and we're going to work on the front suspension, show you the safety features on how to tear apart a front suspension, how to use a chain so as not to kill yourself when the spring breaks loose, and how to do that properly and safely. So we'll do that right after we come back. Right now we're going to tear apart our front suspension, and before you attempt anything like this, first of all, read the instruction manual, right, Brent?
If all else fails, do it.
If all else fails, read the instruction manual. We're going to take apart our upper and lower control arms here. We're going to bust loose our ball joints. So we have a spring suspension here. Before you do that, you need to make sure that spring is compressed, right? What do we get? We have a special compression tool on there. Okay, you can get a special compression tool, or if you can't buy one, sometimes you can rent one. And you do not want to mess with this spring if you don't know what you're doing. It's rip your head off, man.
It's dangerous under high tension.
And even after you get it out, you still have to be very careful with it. And we're going to bust loose our upper ball joint and our lower ball joint. We have our spring, we have a compression tool on our spring, plus we have it wrapped with a chain. So in case it decides it wants to fly free, or if our compressor breaks loose, we have a backup chain holding it to the car. It's tied to the vehicle. So everybody get on your goggles. There are two ways you can do this. You can do it with a hammer, or you can do it with a pickle fork. This is what we call a pickle fork. Everybody, we've got several sizes here. Here's one with George here. And to make sure that your pickle fork is the right pickle fork, listen for the tone. Okay. Mine's broken, so that's not the right one. Actually, they're different sizes, different widths. Find the right width for your ball joint. First of all, we're going to bust the upper ball joint with a hammer. So, George, go ahead and do that. Brent's going to hold back up with one hammer. George's going to hit it with another.
Okay, I think, yes, it's loose.
Okay. That one's loose. Now we'll do a pickle fork on the bottom one here. We've already loosened up our nuts, but we left our screws on there, our nuts on our ball joint, so when it comes apart, it doesn't fly apart. Now in older model cars, if you're busting apart the front suspension, if you're going to reuse the ball joint, you don't want to use a pickle fork if you don't have to, because they can damage your dust boot, and dust will get in there and you'll ruin your ball joint. You'll end up having to replace it anyway. So once we get the ball joint loose with the pickle fork, there we go. You can see how that's moving now. We can go ahead and can we take apart our...
It's under tension.
Okay. Well, let's
Jack up some more.
jack it up some more and take off the tension. Okay, I'll sit on the frame.
You're the biggest one, sit on the frame. Oh, look at it.
There we go. What does that say about me? It says I need to get the Nautilus, man, and get on the track very fast.
No more.
Now we ought to be able to let off gently with the jack.
Go ahead and lower that a little bit.
Very carefully.
Very carefully.
All right, there it is. I'll go ahead and,
Right.
they would be tight.
Here, let's do this the easy way.
I got it. Some people pay good money for exercise like that.
And we would.
So when are you going down to the exercise place?
Oh, soon, man.
Soon?
I've seen the episodes. The camera does add 10 pounds. need a pickle fork as a pry bar.
That's making me hungry. We're going to Sonic for lunch after all this?
What's that?
Pickles are making me hungry. Are we still going back to Sonic for lunch today?
Again?
Again?
I'll eat there again.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll get some of those
Save little
hickory
change.
burgers, my favorite.
Whoa.
No barbecue sauce. Okay, is that
2 nuts.
A nut for a nut.
hold on? Okay, we're gonna remove our lower control arm now.
Okay,
Back one more on the back side over there.
oh, okay.
Okay, I can get that one. Got it.
And then you can undo this chain probably.
I'll
Several
just-
principles.
Yeah, I'll hold the spring if you pull down the control arm. Whoa!
Threatened it with a hammer.
I'll do it every time.
Here, I'll
Chain, I got the spring.
Okay, loosen up our chain. Now, when you pull out a spring like this, it's still on the compressor. Ladies and gentlemen, be very careful with it because what happened to Andy the other day?
You threw it in the back of the truck and the spring compressor blew apart.
He threw it in the back of the truck, and just as he threw it, he probably told himself, uh-oh, that was a no-no. And just as he did that, as soon as it hit, the spring compressor fell off, and the spring went flying, and it can do a lot of damage. So always, always be very careful with your compressed springs. Now, that's all of our upper and lower control arm and our springs, and we'll just tear apart the rest of our steering and get the other part of the other side of our frame with the lower control arm on our driver's side off, along with our steering box, get it all down. We got a steam cleaner. We're going to come out and steam everything off before we send it off to the sandblaster. That pretty much wraps it up with this episode of This Old Car. We hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again next week, where we'll be doing sandblasting the body and getting our frame ready for our late model front end and rear end. So we'll see you then.